Good morning and welcome back to Margin. This morning I want to talk to you about the 3 Ps. So let's jump right into it. So we just went through a process of looking at your finances through the lens of a financial snapshot, which took into consideration 6 key components that have to do with your personal finances and getting an idea really quickly how you are doing in each of those areas. Then we followed it up with 3 key components that add to your financial snapshot that you also want to keep in consideration. So being that this theme is on income, I wanted to jump into what I call the 3 Ps. Now, this is not original to me. This is something that has been used for quite some time, but I want to share it in the context of this theme on income. So the 3 Ps come down to proficiency, passion, and provision. So what this looks at is what you are actually wired to do, what you are actually born to do, what you would do whether you were paid to do it or not. It also looks at the component of what you're good at, what you have a unique skill set in, what you have an ability to become world class in. And then the last component comes down to what you have an ability to make an income from, to provide for you and your family, you and your spouse, so on and so forth. So the provision aspect. So I want to jump into these 3 components because oftentimes when you go through talking about income, people ask a lot of questions around why they do what they do. And I think those are healthy questions to have, but you need to look at if you are in the place where you are not being paid what market rate is it something related to the company you work for? Is it something related to your own skill set and maybe it being applied in an area that is not the best use of your time? Or is it some other aspect? But I think it's important when you're looking at income and you're looking at side hustles, you're looking at aspects that you're trying to stack to have a provision and that you're actually thinking about, am I actually doing what I was placed on this earth to do? And so looking at the first component comes down to what you would be doing whether someone paid you to do it or not. That would be something you're passionate about, something that is life-giving to you, something that you would get up and do every day without wearing out because it is something you are just energized by. And so looking at it from that component, what I would encourage you to do is take out a piece of paper or pull up your computer and sit down and look at and list out all of those things that you're excited about, that you're passionate about, that you have just a level of energy around that you would be doing whether someone paid you to do it or not, and make a list of those. So the second component comes down to proficiency. Now this could be something that's a learned behavior, or it could be something that you're naturally skilled at. So this could be something that you have become world-class at because you've hit that 10,000 hour mark and you have continued to work on and perfect your trade. This could be something that comes supernaturally to you and that you are just naturally very gifted at. Or it could be something that you just find interesting. So you just keep diving into and you continue to learn about, and it just becomes something that you become skilled at. But what I would look at is writing down the second column, which has to do with what you're good at, what people throughout your life have told you that you're really good at, and writing down all of those components, all of those aspects that you are uniquely skilled in. So the third component comes down to your actual provision. What gives you the ability to make an income from? And the funny thing with this aspect is that you want to do the first 2 aspects first because you want to see which areas within the first 2 columns align, that then you can look at the third column when it comes to provision and see what aspects that you could actually hit all 3 columns on. And so something that you're passionate for, something that you have proficiency on, and actually something that you can make an income on, a provision on for you, your spouse, and your family. And so figuring out where those align, where those cross over, and if you can actually make an income doing that will be key. So figure out what areas you have a ability to cross over all three of those categories on, and actually look at how you can align that to align your career according to something that you would have an ability to become world class in, something that you have an ability to lean into and excel at. And so I'd encourage you to do that, because so many people, it's something like 70 to 80% of people just hate their jobs. And it's so important when you're looking at an income and a theme on income that you're so intentional about looking at where you are today and where you want to go based on your vision, and figuring out if the steps that you're taking right now, if they are leading you towards your vision or away from your vision. And I think for many people, if they just went through the 3 Ps, went through that process, they'll be able to solidify that they are in the right field, or it will promote them to explore, to do some soul searching, to figure out what they should be doing based on what they were put on this earth to do. So my call to action today comes down to writing down these 3 columns and looking at them from a standpoint of what is the outcome, and does that outcome, do those options that cross over those 3 categories, those 3 columns, did those actually align with what you're doing today? And if they don't, that gives you an opportunity to explore those options, to really look at how you can align those 3 aspects with where you want to go, so that you're moving towards your vision and not away from it inadvertently. If this information is helpful to you, please do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're reminded to come back on a daily basis and improve in managing your personal finances. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.